Well, hello and welcome and welcome and hello. Thank you for joining us today on a very, very special Tuesday edition of Poco Moss, the show where we do our level best to give you just a little bit more. My name is Danny Deals on behalf of J Money Not a Lurker, our intrepid producer and our moderator extraordinaire, Alberto Bertie Aviles, would like to say welcome and hello. It's your boy, DJ Patchy Drizzle. He comes in with a whimper, barely gets that party started, gets you home at a reasonable hour, gets you home safe. Greetings, Mustang Rider. What's going on, SJ Tavares? How's it going, dude? Assface. What's going on, Sebastian? One of my favorite episodes of Kitchen Nightmares was Sebastian's. He's like this actor guy in Hollywood. He's like, I have never, ever met someone I believe in. And he's looking at him like, hopefully, as little as you. He's like, the guy's just a complete moron. He has this like giant wood-fired pizza oven that he doesn't use. He brings in frozen dough. It was a horrible disgrace. And then his wife was funding the restaurant with, billions and billions of dollars. It was a real mess. In any case, guys, let's see. Welcome and hello and welcome. Special shout out, of course, to Princess J. In any case, guys, what's going on, Jarrett? Thank you very much. What's up, Benji? I want to talk just, of course, Sofi Technologies Incorporated after my little ramble here. Ticker symbol SOFI. And do not adjust your television sets. Do not adjust your vertical hold. SoFi is not green today. The stock is not up today. And I'll tell you why. And it's because, among other reasons, sure, it's manipulators. Nope, that's not why. It is because you guys, my returder friends, my audience, my turd army, you guys are a bunch of weak, lying sacks of shit. A bunch of paper-handed, fish storytelling, tiny wing turds. That's what you guys are. I mean, yeah, a couple of you guys like Klaus might actually be out there making money, or maybe even Savage or Birdie, because you guys are actually selling all these options, et cetera, et cetera. At least you say you are. Of course, you're never wrong. You're saying buying puts. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Part of being on the internet is never, ever admitting that you're wrong. But the reason I say you guys are a bunch of weak-hand paper sacks of shit is that this stock is trading zero volume. Okay, the algo was trading at 70, 80 million shares after earnings, sucked it all the way down. Okay, you fucking turds. Sorry, let me click the wrong button there. Let me take a quick look just at the volume. Just look, they walked it down, guys. It was before this, it was like in the 70s, 80 million, 41, 32, 27, 19 million. And then yesterday back up to 26. And yesterday they were shorting the stock again. But on a day like today, when you're expected to get very bullish news for SoFi tomorrow morning, everything's pointing to inflation slowing down. All the numbers. That's the biggest thing, these rate cuts. That'll all but guarantee these rate cuts completely kill the bear thesis. And you see more and more institutional ownership, right? It'd be like one of these Canadian Returders. Everything I say, I'll just go, right? And like that gives you like more emphasis or something. But anyway, so they're shorting a little bit more yesterday. But then if you take a look at institutional ownership, guys, all the way up to 470 million. And again, I'll make the point, this just came up from like 430 to 470 with those Abu Dhabi, dumping 20 million shares on the open market. So you can see, again, way at an all-time high on institutional ownership. If it wasn't for the constant drip, the water torture drip of dilution that just haunts us, like The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, faintly beating, never raining. It's like that poem gave a lot of kids nightmares, I think. But anyway, so we have record institutional ownership. And the reason I'm harping on Goldman, and the reason I'm saying you guys are weak, paper-handed turds, you guys all say, hey, I'm so sad. My average is 1250. I'm so sad. My average is 13. Oh my God, I'm such a weak douche. My average is 912. But then the stock comes down. It's sitting at 614. And you're getting all this bullish news. We just had a great ER, but none of you worthless pikers are buying anything. Otherwise, it wouldn't be trading 13 million shares today, sitting down here at 652. Some of you guys would take your hands out long enough to stop playing pocket pool and click the old buy button. How do I tickle your buying bone? I'm up here ranting like a freaking fat middle-aged lunatic risking a massive infarction with every show for you people, and you're giving me nothing. No corazon, no ganas, no desire, no passion. Guys, I bet most of you don't recognize me because it was so many years ago, but I used to star on numerous telenovelas on Spanish TV. You may recognize me from this one. But mi amor, it was not me. It was my twin brother, Hector. It's like, who the fuck is Hector? He's like, I have a twin brother who's having sex with your sister. He's like, you don't have a twin fucking brother. Fuck you. It's like, oh, don't make me do my Lauren Sanchez impression. Just talking to Jeff Bezos. It's funny as hell, but I just can't do it. People might think it's racist. I don't think it's racist. I think it's just super, super funny. Because if you know me, you know I love Mexican and Hispanic people. Like, those are my people. I mean, I love all people, but I grew up around a lot of Mexican people, like picking crops. The only fat white kid out there in that field, I guarantee you that. Made me grow a great love for the film The Milagro Beanfield Wars. I suggest you look that one up. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. I love lamb. That's funny. Yeah, you know, Anchorman's a hell of a movie. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Rick James, sorry, Danny, I put most of my money into blip coins. Good move. No soup for you. You're right, Ross. From balls to buys. Okay, guys, before I just get off on a tangent, Lorraine is a virgin Christian. Okay, well, you know, good for you. At least you don't have, reminds me of a joke. Why don't Mormons like premarital sex? Could lead to dancing. Anyway, sorry, apologies. If you're Mormon, I don't even think you're supposed to say Mormon anymore. You can't say LDS. You can't say any of that stuff. I have a lot of Mormon friends, I guess, that used to call Mormons, but great people, but just fun to make jokes. I went to high school with a lot of Mormons. So I always make jokes, but some of my great friends, great people. Anyway, I'm not religious, like I said myself, but get along great with people who are, people who aren't. I actually tend to get along great with everybody. Believe it or not, I get along really well with anybody from like Trump supporters all the way to the most liberal Antifa people. I just tend to get along with everybody. I don't know why. I have my own opinions. I don't compromise those opinions. I make those opinions known, but I just believe, you know, we can coexist and disagree at the same time and not be completely horrible. That's my philosophy. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Guys, I want to talk Goldman. I want to get the Tim Switzer watch. When is this two-bit sack of feces going to reiterate his SoFi call again? Because if you look at, you know, the tip ranks, SoFi, this guy had to be on top, because what was happening is these idiots came in after ratings, you know, the Chia Pet, the five-headed bologna sandwich beaker, the Midwest values bolted on neck, Jeffrey Adelson from Morgan Fudley. They came in with their hold. And then you had, you know, the FUD machine, Bill Ryan from Seaport Global, Mr. 0 cents EPS. But then you have, like, you know, the more sensible people, the people with actual reputations, the people with actual research, the people who go to analyst days. You got touchdown Danny Dolev coming in at 12. You got this, you know, haircut Peter Christensen coming in with a buy. He didn't, their previous rating, I think, was 11 or 12. Maybe it was 10, but it's pretty high. Then you have DBS coming in buy at 11, old touchdown Manyi Lou. You got Needham reiterated again. And then the attention-seeking, childish, look at me, hey teacher, Tim Switzer came in and just rated the stock again for the third time in a week. And the only thing that really makes any sense is just to get his name to the top of the list. I looked at other things the guy rates, and he's not rating 3 times. This is kind of ridiculous. July 30 hold, August 3rd hold. This is like 2 days apart. It's a fucking weekend. And don't forget about this bald asshole, Michael Parita. Now, he's a good guy. He's moved on to another job, but remember this, guys. Just remember this. January 1st, 2024, this guy spent his Christmas and New Year's holiday writing up a nice hit piece on SoFi. And then you see stocks that moved. This was a downgrade. The stock fell 14% based on this KBW downgrade. There was no other news. There's nothing else really, you know, hitting the stock that day. It was just in my opinion, completely coordinated with bears and shorts. I know, his boss doesn't tell him what to say. Like, the same boss doesn't tell Tim Switzer to come out and reiterate 3 times within the course of a week. I mean, it's just very unusual because I'm not saying there's anything illegal, dishonest, untoward. I'm not saying his actions are directly designed to influence the price of the stock. I mean, it seems like they are. I have no way of getting inside anybody's head. It's just my opinion. But if you look at all the other stocks he's rating, I mean, it's much more normal behavior, like once a quarter. Or if you go down here to like Lending Club, I don't know. I didn't really look at these. The one rating, July 30th. Where's the re-rating on the 3rd, the re-rating on the 7th? It just doesn't happen. I mean, the only thing I could say is, like, again, it's childish, attention-seeking behavior where his boss says, come on, reiterate again, Switzer. You have no reputation. You got 20 ratings. You don't even have a picture. I looked up this guy on LinkedIn because I was looking to see what happened to this, bowling ball headed Perito. And, this guy looks like a kid. He looks like he's out of like one of the members of My Chemical Romance who got kicked out, for having too many lip rings. And yeah, give that guy in section, like, I don't know, Travis Barker. The girl with a rock sound, like, I don't know, guys. Can we do another stadium tour? It's like we're like 60 years old. Like, our songs are terrible. It's Blink 182. I was a huge Blink 182 fan in mid 90s, San Diego, no doubt. The whole scene. It was amazing. We had amazing music down there when I was going to school. But like, dude, it's enough, man. It's enough. Like, some of these guys, I just can't take the music they're putting out. It's like, I don't know. It's just like, I was like, come on, I want to listen to the old stuff. When CDs were there, the world mostly stopped for me in the 80s, definitely stopped for me in the 90s. Alberto's blocking everybody. M. Russo is here. Good to see you guys. Toto's here. C-Bar, all you turds are here. But okay, here's what I wanted to talk about in relation to Goldman. And guys, I'm putting the pieces together, okay? Think about it this way. Let's just see what's going on with the stocks. Short interest. Okay, still holding 10%. This is not green, guys. This is not green at all. Remember, like, Upstart is up 10 more percent. Affirm is up 4%. The notion that Affirm, and because it says like 80% institutional ownership, the notion that this stock is worth, over $1 billion more than SoFi when their growth isn't there, they lose money every single quarter. I mean, these guys are going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars this year. Their growth isn't as good as SoFi. Nothing. It just doesn't make any sense. The valuation doesn't make any sense. And when you get into Upstart, I mean, this Bank of America re-rate, it's crazy. Based upon what? The sales multiple? I mean, they're already at 3.34 billion and they're barely selling anything. And they're losing a ton of money. Look at what these guys did last year. They lost half as much as their sales. They're going completely in the wrong direction. I know they're saying this is the turnaround next quarter based on guidance. When it's SoFi, they deliver 12, 13, 14 quarters in a row, and everybody says, you can't trust management. The turnaround plan, Galileo, don't believe a word they say. And then this guy, this sack of shit in a cheap suit who sounded very intelligent. That's just hyperbolic. I'm sure he's a great guy. The CEO of Upstart comes out. He's like, these numbers prove we're up for a turnaround. And the market just goes completely insane. Just starts teabagging these guys. I mean, come on. What's going on here? This company's worth more than half as much as SoFi. 139 million in sales. What is the multiple you're giving these guys? At the outside, they're going to have, 600 million in sales this year, 650? Giving these guys like a 6 times multiple. I mean, SoFi is going to do 2.5. Think about where they would be with the same multiple. They have better growth, a far better business model. What does it tell you, idiots, that these other fintechs are like a yo-yo? And SoFi, its growth is just completely steady, like that yodel guy. And Upstart is just going completely insane. Based on what? Management promising to turn around, giving better guidance for one quarter. Guidance wasn't even all that amazing. I want to tell you, finally, get my head out of my ass and tell you why I think Goldman is going to flip SoFi. It's been fairly subtle. Goldman was always sort of, bearish, bullish on SoFi. There was, it was sort of up and down. They were 8, I think, for a while, maybe 9, down to 6. Just kind of went up and down. But it was always sort of this I wouldn't call it a love-hate relationship, but it was just lukewarm. Like, they liked the company, they liked the model, but they weren't giving the stock a buy rating. They weren't giving it much respect. It was sort of a wait-and-see attitude. But this was fairly subtle after last quarter. This guy, Michael Ng, who has interviewed Noto, he reiterated a neutral rating with a price target of $750. Not very interesting, right? But listen, Goldman is the smart money of the smart money. Extremely influential, extremely powerful. They're the market maker's market maker. They move stocks. Don't forget, Noto did 2 stints there. He was a superstar at Goldman. I was telling Tanner, like, he took a massive pay cut to come to SoFi. It was like, it would have been 10x. It was, his chat the other day. He's like, well, maybe 5x. But I'm telling you, if he was still at Goldman and he was at the very top of their investment banking, which he would be, one of the very top guys, this guy would be making a nine figures a year. I mean, that's what these guys make. That's how they become billionaires and get on these boards and buy professional sports teams and all this stuff. He took, it was the relationship with the NFL between Goldman and the NFL, Goldman and Twitter. I think Goldman did Twitter's IPO. He went over there. So it's all the entire web of Noto's career, his ascension, his amazing ascension is all the nexus of that is Goldman Sachs. So they know exactly who this guy is. They know what he's capable of. And they know when he says wink, wink, 80 cents EPS in 2026, they know he means $1, $1.25. They know he knows what's coming. And when he says 4 cents next quarter, how do we get to 4 cents? I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to circle back to that, guys. I'm just going to circle back. Oh, I hate you guys. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. C-Bar, Richard Vaughn, another day in paradise from Detroit, Michigan, in the dirty D, the big D. What's going on, Richard Vaughn? Hope it's going well. Hope you're not down there on 8 Mile, down at the hardcore pond. Head to the casino. Like, I'm headed to the casino. It's like, what are you doing? I'm selling my grandma's medication. Well, what are you doing? Head to the casino. It's like, oh, good luck. Thanks, Les. I love hardcore pond. Why are you going to attack a guy who's like 400 pounds and 6'8" when you're like a crackhead? It's not going to work. What's going on, guys? Whispering Puppy is live indeed. I'm here. I am running for president, Alberto. You are my VP. What's up, M. Russo? What's up, Dude Ass Face? Lorraine is here. How many SoFis do I have? I have a lot. I have a nice 6-figure position. I have a lot of leaps. I control. I don't say my exact position. It's over 5. It's over 5 accounts, but it's mid to low 6-figure position, Lorraine. It's pretty big position. I think it's grown into my either second or third largest position. I think it might have passed Tesla in my portfolio. If I count the leaps options, I have a ton of leaps options. So I have a really big position, Lorraine. Several $100,000 worth. So and my average, people are asking my average. I just averaged up. My average now is probably about 555, 556, something like that. And that's not counting all my covered call income. If I count all that income, it's be impossible for me to calculate all that. But my cost basis would probably be very low, like $3 or less. Anyway, guys, welcome and hello. Yeah, I'm very, very committed, Lorraine. People who say, you're insane, you don't own anything, you're just a shill. There's this one guy who keeps saying, show your brokerage statement. People show these things online, which is like, a printout from, or something like a screenshot, like that proves that's yours, or that proves that's your net worth. Or I can log into, client accounts with tons and tons of money. I invest for some very, very wealthy people, and I could put all kinds of things on the screen that would show you massive amounts of money, but it's not my money and it doesn't prove anything. So it's just, I don't know. My thing is, I could listen to somebody who's worth $1 billion, like a Kramer, or billions of dollars, and put absolutely no stock in what they say. And I could listen to somebody like, Roy or Tim Sweeney. I don't know if they're wealthy. I know Roy is not particularly wealthy, but I think his opinion on SoFi is far more valuable to me than Kramer's opinion, just because Kramer has $1 billion. So if you're analyzing if my opinion has any value to you, I think you would be very, very foolish to do so on the basis of how much money I have. I'm not like a wealthy person. I'm not a Lambro. I'm not a, Tesla billionaire, but I did get into some really good stocks very, very early. Microsoft in the 90s. I was a college student. I was very poor. I was putting in very, very little money, like 1997, 1998. But over time, it's grown into a significant amount, but it's not wealth. I'm not, that's not even the point to me. That's not even the point to me that I've done very, very well in the stock market. Like and I hate, like, you guys aren't going to like to hear this. And I know you guys are more sophisticated than most, but strongman is right. Strongman is right. Most people would do far better if they didn't pick individual stocks and they just invested into like an index fund or, some type of comprehensive ETFs, stuff like that, because people are emotional. And most people are just unable to take emotion out of the trade. That's why I talk about this low volume. That's why I talk about retail investors being worthless, not averaging down. If you love the stock and you have so much conviction and your average is 12, how are you not averaging down when the stock's sitting at 650 after a great ER? I don't get it. Your rhetoric does not match your actions, retail. Your rhetoric does not match your actions. You're full of shit. You're completely full of shit, and you know it. I hear so many of you guys like, I'm always right. I'm always making money. I always guessed right. You'd be the first fucking person I know who's always right. Besides Jesus. No, just messing around. Let's see. What would Jesus do? Buy SoFi, buy SoFi, buy SoFi. No, I don't know what the hell he would do. He probably wouldn't be involved with my show. I guarantee you that. He or she. Remember, everybody's saying like, if God was a woman, everything would be perfect. Yeah, you so sure about that? You know any women? Can't even decide where to go to dinner. Sorry to all you ladies. I'm sure you're wonderful people, but you just, make a decision already. What's up, Bobby Atkinson? What's up, Bardem? What's up, Beach Boy? What's going on? Clap my dog. What's up, Lorraine? Yeah, I'm a multi-millionaire, Lorraine. My house is worth way more than $1 million. My apartments are worth many. I'm not. People are like, oh my God, you have to pump the stock. Like, I don't have options. I don't have own calls this week. I mean, I'm not stupid. Like, I own calls different times, but I sell them on pops much earlier. I'm not holding them to the end. If you're holding calls the last week, you're probably the sucker. You're probably the bag holder. It's like they say in rounders, if you sit down at a poker table and the first 5 minutes you don't spot the mark, you are the fucking mark. You are the mark. And I am the one who knocks. You guys think I'm doing this for me? I'm doing this because I'm a psycho with a lot of bullshit going on in my head that Princess Jade doesn't want to be subjected to. And who could blame her? But I'm trying to help you guys. I saw this stock go down into the 4s. That's when I was going to do penny stock videos. I wasn't even going to talk about this because I like penny stocks. You're like, you're such an idiot. Guys, I put like 2% of my portfolio into penny stocks. I'm very, very disciplined. I was a huge gambler, but always disciplined, always in a budget. That's how I have like houses and stuff today. I just had like 6 cars. I got rid of a few, gave my mom one, but like, I don't give a fuck what you guys think. I want to see your brokerage statement. Well, I want you to go measure your wiener in a barn in centimeters. Okay, you're probably going to need millimeters. And all you comment guys who keep creating these new accounts, like you're on YouTube creating a brand new account to come on my channel, watch my whole video, and then make fun of me saying I'm a waste of time. I don't know what I'm doing. Turn around and look at a mirror. Your life is pathetic. Like, I don't care. I don't care if you're broke. If you ask me a question, I try to help you. If you needed a tire changed, I would do it for you. I'm not a hater. I'm not somebody who sees other people that are successful or everybody hates on that guy, Jeremy, or the tattooed chef thing. It's like, fucking let it go already. The guy's a really smart guy. I've watched a lot of his videos. I watched that fucking Pharma Bro guy, the guy who was like, everybody was yelling at because he was charging so much for these medications. He did a SoFi video. It really didn't have very much to do with SoFi. It was more about, how to make spreadsheets super, super fast and how to type super fast and how to like pull up code on the screen and make it look like you're super, super smart. But he's a really smart guy. He really is. Stuff he was saying made a lot of sense, and he really liked SoFi. It was actually a good video. Anyway, guys, I don't have Nodo type shares, Bart, but I got quite a few shares, man. I mean, I've taken money out of Microsoft, put it in here. I've taken money out of real estate sale I made, put it in here. I've taken money out of Tesla that I sold at like 250, put it back in here. All kinds of things that I've flipped out of. Like I just flipped out of a bunch of 10x when it popped to like 450. I'm going to buy back in when it falls down to like back to 3. But I put that money for now into so every time I've been selling something, trimming something, taking profits on something, taking losses on something, whatever it is, I've been putting that money back into SoFi when it comes down to these lows. And why do I think it's going to flip particularly tomorrow? Why do I think Goldman's lining this up? Look at the subtlety of what they said. It's not actually that subtle. They're saying margins are going to continue to ramp, EBITDA margin 2025 for the full year 2024. Look at what they said about the numbers. These are Goldman's projections. This isn't just this guy. Okay, this isn't just this guy. Remember that. This is Goldman Sachs. They increased fiscal 2024, 2025, and 2026 revenue estimates by 5% on average. But look at their increase in EPS estimates. So 2024, their projection is 2.52 billion. Okay? And EPS of 11 cents, up from 8 cents. Look at that increase, guys. They're at 11 cents. The Chia Pet's at 9 cents. Other analysts are at, the average, I think, is 8 or 9. SoFi is at 9, but I really feel like they're going to earn at least 12. I think Q3, Q4 are going to be an absolute explosion on the tech side. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. So let's look at what he goes in 2025. He's at 3.02 billion. I think they're going to grow faster than that, but up from 2.87, very significant. And the EPS estimate more than doubled. Okay, more than doubled from 12 cents to 25 cents. And then you look at 2026, this is a very subtle nod to management. And you have to have been around the block a few times to get this. Okay, they increased the guidance for 2026 from 35 cents to 56 cents. And what's management's range? 55 cents on the low side. I really think that's a nod to management. Not so subtle, in my opinion. Maybe it's just coincidence. They could have said 54 cents. They could have said 52 cents. That's a big increase. I think, again, they're shooting low. I think they're going to keep increasing this as SoFi keeps increasing their guidance. But by the time we get there, guys, I think guidance will be well over $1, and I think SoFi will be earning well over $1. But Goldman, again, 2025 EPS estimate more than doubled. That's next year. They're at 11 cents this year. That's a massive beat to current conventional wisdom. But does Goldman know Nodo? Does Goldman know banking? Does Goldman know lending? Does Goldman know these segments probably better than anyone? And they know Nodo better than anyone? And Nodo's not the only team member from Goldman. You guys have to read the bios. I've seen notes on this. I'm trying to figure out what I can find, what I can show, but this was back at this time. I remember, I'm pretty sure it was the July note that I saw from Glenn. It wasn't from this guy. It was from a completely separate advisor. Doesn't even work out. It was a third-party thing. I'm always trying to gather information from powerful sources, from wealthy people, the stuff that most of us guys with money that you and I have normally don't get to see. Type of research that it's not public stuff. I'm not saying it's like super, super top secret insider information. It's just stuff, people with a lot more money than us tend to see. But I know a few of those people and, get in on a few of those mailing lists. But in any case, I'll speak with the great Tanner about what I saw, what I can share, what we can reveal. But it's nothing revolutionary. I'm just telling you. They're trying to be very, very subtle about it, but Goldman knows Nodo, Goldman knows SoFi, and they know where this is going, guys. And I would argue that everybody on the street, including the Chia Pet, including, KBW. They all know where SoFi is going as a company. They all know this company is going to be tremendously successful. We're just going to value it as a bank. But what are they telling you? Goldman is telling you 56 cents in 2026 from 11 cents. So they're telling you in 2 years, EPS by their estimates are going to 5x. Where does it go from there? Think about the incremental margins on the new dollars they're bringing in revenue. What does that have to be to have EPS increase at that rate? Think about it, guys. Do the math. I was a math major for a little while. You guys wouldn't believe me. I'm extremely, extremely good at math. I can figure this stuff out. It's so obvious. It's so obvious where this is going. The rate cuts are coming. We're going to get confirmation of that tomorrow. Demand's going to explode. Noto's lined this thing up perfectly. He's played this thing absolutely perfectly. Goldman knows it. Everybody knows it. You may not have to admit it, you turds, but you have to accept it. And then look at the shorts. The narrative, the FUD turned to dud. Not a single piece of news on Ortex in the last 6 days. Very, very unusual. But the short is going back up, guys. The short is going back up. And I swear some of these bull longs are going to burn these guys. They don't care about these guys. They're not their friends. Today borrowing 2 million, yesterday borrowed. So in the last 2 days, they borrowed 10 million more shares. And they're shorting again. Yesterday back up to 45%, been down the 30s for 3 days. But they didn't return much, guys. These shorts aren't letting up. Q3 is it, though, guys. For me, it's game over if they hit that 5 cents. That means tech is on a huge explosion. That's a quarter over quarter 5x increase in EPS from 1 cent to 5 cents. What do you guys want? What do you want from management? Want a pound of flesh? Want Noto to come over and wash your car? You want him to have hair that is even better than perfect? The execution has been flawless. 2023, this company should have fallen apart if the bologna sandwich didn't have shit for brains. If anything he said in that 91 mind-numbing minutes with that, baby seal tennis ball hairline guy, if anything he said was true, why aren't we seeing it in the data, you sack of crap, you fucking forehead, you worthless pustule? Well, I just feel like, fair value accounting is just, you can't be trusted. Why not? Over time, it gives an accurate reflection of the company. Yes, it front loads something. Yes, it creates risk. Noto knows that. He hedged for it. He planned for it. And they went through on PowerPoint. They murdered you on wax. They wheeled your bodies out on cold slabs with PowerPoint slides. LaPointe is like, here's a slide for you. You get a slide, and you get a slide. He's like, he's like Oprah. CLP3, our point guard, is like the Oprah of earnings calls. He's like, take that one, bitch. You get a PowerPoint slide. You get a PowerPoint slide. I'm just going to go through calmly with math and absolutely dismember everything you say because it's bullshit and you're full of shit and you're full of shit. And Chris LaPointe's calling you out. Oh, what else, guys? That's about it. I just think there's smart money and then there's smart money. And Goldman's going to flip this turd. These are not people. These are men of men. Does this look like a man who's beaten by jacks? What's going on, Savage? How you doing, buddy? What's going on, Toto? What's going on, Lorraine? Danny, New York pension. Then a problem occurred. I lost 30 million. Yeah, no, I wasn't in CrowdStrike. I sold my CrowdStrike at the highs. That's what I do, Lorraine. I buy low and I sell high. I'm very, very simple, but it's extremely effective because I don't have emotions. I'm a robot, Lorraine. Where is my my receding hairline? Let me get my SoFi Stadium hat on immediately. I paid a ton of money for this on eBay. It's the only one out there. The ALOC has 30 million shares. Excellent. I'm in my Fifi, Savage. I'm just in a bit of a Karen rant. Just you got to get in touch with your feelings. Sometimes you got to take a big swim in Lake you. We have very similar characteristics, Lorraine. I'm also a black woman. I think internally, a lot of people, spiritually, I am a black woman. You have to know me to know that I love music. I love food. I love soul food. I love pantsuits. I love singing in church. I love funny jokes. I love laughing. I love being awesome. I think all of these things, although I'm clearly not a black woman, but I kind of identify as a black woman. No, guys, I'm just kidding. I'm not misgendering. I hope you guys don't take offense to anything I say again. If it comes across as anything incredibly stupid or racist, just trust me that I'm making a poor attempt at humor. What's going on again, Savage? You believe in any type of stock analyzer? No. I believe in using that data and looking at their conclusions and all that stuff. I have no problem using it as a tool, but I look far more at management, at the business model, at the addressable market, at what I believe is coming in the future. The whole thing, guys, if you remember Jeremy Irons, he's like, why do they pay me the big bucks? It's simply to know what the music will be doing in 12 months or 2 years. It's like, and right now I don't, that's just what I'm good at, is just kind of seeing the pattern, when to get in, when to get out to make a lot of money. And I tend to be fairly contrarian, doing things a lot different than most of the other people, the conventional wisdom. I tend to be following the smart money. I tend to be looking at things like, what is Vanguard doing? What is BlackRock doing? What is Goldman doing? What is Blackstone doing? These companies that consistently make massive profits in their trading do what they do. I'm not just going to follow some asshole on YouTube or like a Kathy Wood who's just consistently lit money on fire. I don't believe in cults of personality. I'm not just going to follow Elon off a cliff. I sold Tesla at the highs. I'm not ashamed of it. I'd buy NIO right now, way before I'd buy Tesla. Way more of an attractive valuation. Now, if Tesla comes back down 140 or something, I'll buy a lot more. But guys, I'm not married to my stocks. I am here to make money. It's like Kanish said, like, this ain't some play for fun thing for me. I got alimony, child support. I'm giving you my playbook that I made over 20 years of taking bad beats. Oh, fuck you guys. Anyway, welcome and hello and welcome. Got a high Savage content here. He's probably eating a giant steak, making money hand over fist on the slots in Reno. We are going to 100 billion, at least 100 billion. Savagine, Benji, Harvey J, guys, I don't really have time. I got to get out of here. I got a ton of work to do. Klaus is here, Elon Musk News Network. Looks like 7 covers calls will hold this week. I completely disagree with you, Klaus. I think they probably will, but I think it's going to come up very close to 7 tomorrow. That's just my theory. I think that inflation is going to be way down. We're going to see rate cut for sure. I think demand for SoFi will explode, but more importantly, I don't really think that's what's driving that EPS number in Q3. I think some tech is going to come on board. I think that's the only thing that makes sense. Noto would not have guided for that 4 cents just based on rate cuts and loan demand. He wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have done it based on faith. There has to be something in that tech pipeline that he knows that we don't know, or at least that you guys don't know. And I don't know either. But anyway, guys, it's all speculation. I have no fucking clue, obviously, but I think this stock can easily move 50 cents, Klaus. Whether it will or not, I don't know. I don't know in these calls this week. I wasn't selling sevens this week. I have some a couple weeks out. But, for you guys that are selling them, I hope it does hold. For you guys that want to accumulate, I hope it does hold. For the rest of us that want to see the stock move up, I hope it does move up. But I'm very willing to be patient, guys. I'm willing to go on the Noto timeline, 2026. I want to see that dollar EPS in 2026. And if we can get there, I think us longs are going to be in very, very good shape. I want to thank Not a Lurker J Money. Let me get you guys just one last check of the price. Of course, 657. Where else would it be? Probably end today on either 666 or 650 or just whatever. Something in there. But yeah, it's definitely not going anywhere today. I mean, 14 million shares. It needs volume, guys. The institutions are coming in, and this low volume, low churn, low price is exactly what these guys want to do to accumulate. I mean, you saw Citibank raise their stake by 250%. Now they have $25 million worth of SoFi. JP Morgan lowered their stake by 40%. Now they have $25 million worth of SoFi. Citibank and JP Morgan both hold $25 million worth of SoFi stock. Okay? Okay? I mean, it's who are market makers? There's market makers, guys, and then there's market makers. Okay, Vanguard, 82 million shares. And then you come down, I don't know where it was, somewhere down here. Anyway, the Citibank play was down here somewhere, and then the Chase play was down just a little bit below that. But yeah, JP Morgan, 3.8 million, and then Citibank was up here a little bit. Sorry, I can't see it right now, guys. My eyes are terrible. I need some more coffee. Anyway, you have to trust me on that. StockGo did a video on it. They raised their stake by 250 million shares. Real Men by SoFi calls by 7s and 8s. Yeah, I mean, guys, I would just never recommend buying short-dated calls. That's me personally. If you want to go ahead and buy them from Savage just for commemorative NFT purposes, just to say you got them maybe signed by Lieutenant Dangle or something, but yeah, I personally wouldn't buy that shit. But if you want to buy some from Savage just to feed the beast, you go ahead and do that. Anyway, I want to thank Not a Lurker J Money. I want to thank Alberto Bordiablas. I want to thank Princess J and Cutes for putting up with me. I want to thank me, myself, DJ Patchy Drizzle, Stock Karen, Hurricane Lopez, Danny Deals, and all my other personalities for joining me today. I really appreciate myself, and I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful day. Wunderbra. Thanks for joining me. Peace. I'm out.